Alan, it's fantastic to have you here tonight. How did you get involved in this year's event?
Nicola asked me to present the prize to the winner, so I very happily said yes. So that's how I became involved.
And what's the importance and the value of competitions like this, do you think?
I think anything, certainly it's when I first started out on my writing career, I won a Thames Television bursary as a playwright, and that had a financial component. And when you first start out, certainly the idea of a prize that has money that enables you to carry on working, to practice your craft. So I think although there's always a degree of concern I have about awards and competition and all the rest of it, nevertheless I think it is a huge encouragement to anyone who is starting out to be recognised for what they're doing, and it's just an encouragement to carry on doing a job that's not always that easy, that requires dedication and hard work and commitment. And so I think it's about giving people a pat on the back and saying you're doing the right thing, keep on doing it, just do it better.
We were delighted to hear the news that we are going to get, I believe, a third series of The Fall. How do you feel about that news, that's been confirmed now?
Obviously, I'm very gratified, very pleased to be able to do a third season. It was always my intention. I ended the second season with the hope that I would get the opportunity to finish the story in a third season, and the BBC have commissioned me to do that. So I'm really, really grateful. Welcome that opportunity. I think the opportunity to explore a single story at such length is a gift for me. It doesn't happen very often, I don't think. I think in terms of looking at it as an achievement over the second season, for me the performances of Gillian and Jamie particularly are a kind of, that represents probably the biggest pleasure I get from having the opportunity to do it. Is just, as a writer, you're always trying to create parts that will allow, really good actors to fly, and I think Gillian's performance in the second season is mesmerisingly good. So I look forward to the opportunity to give her, more to get her teeth into in season 3, and hopefully, push on and raise, sort of develop it from there, and maybe, achieve more even.
I mean, like you say, you optimistically wrote the second season in the hopes of having that third season. What are you most excited about getting the chance to explore with the third season?
I don't want to say too much because it'll probably give a bit away. I mean, it's the opportunity to just keep going deeper into character, I think, and deeper into the themes that I think I'm exploring in the piece. So it's an unusual thing to carry a single story through to what will in the end then be, 16 and a half hours, something like that, which is a lot of time, on a single story. Particularly if, like in The Fall, you've identified the criminal right from the beginning, then sustaining the tension will be the challenge in the third season, just to make sure that it's compelling and, gripping, and hopefully. So no, it's a great opportunity. I'm very grateful for the chance of doing it.
You mentioned there, of course, Jamie and Gillian, a fantastic combination, but what do you think individually makes them both such very special performers?
I think in both instances, Jamie is a lot less experienced than Gillian, but when we were casting Jamie in the first place, I was aware of the fact that I wanted an actor who was a similar sort of creature to Gillian, and that what I mean by that is that she's not a demonstrative actress. She's a very subtle, very detailed actress. She understands exactly what she's doing, but she's able to convey thought in a look. She has that capacity to play thought. Everything she does is detailed and truthful. And Jamie, although he hasn't done as much work as her, is coming from a similar place instinctively, and in terms of how he feels about acting, he's also someone who wants to seek out the truth in the moment and isn't interested in demonstrating. So they're both very unshowy actors who, at the same time, I think both have tremendous intelligence and depth. And so I think there's a lot more to come from Jamie, in the years ahead. Yeah. For me, one of the things that reinvigorated TV drama was the success of some of the great American shows. And I think, I would say this, wouldn't I? But I think putting the writer at the centre of those shows led to a kind of intensity of vision, a creative control. And the Americans were the first people to sort of do that. It's what I'm lucky enough to do on the Fall is to be in creative control of the piece. But it's also true to say that some of the other pieces of British television that I think have done so well have been very much a writer's vision brought to the screen. And so I think we can thank, in a way, Sopranos, The Shield was a seminal program in America, Sean Ryan, and of course the success of things like Breaking Bad have indicated that if you empower the writer, and it's the right writer, you might get very good results. And so I think that has started, that success in America of that model has fed back into Britain. And now the British shows are feeding back into how the Americans are seeing it. So the Americans are now embracing, I think, the shorter form a bit more, and are, in something like True Detective, looking at doing dramas with a single writer rather than a writer's room. So I think it's a two-way street, but I think for me that's perhaps where it's a cross-fertilization in some kind of way. And every new good drama raises the bar for people to try and produce something exciting and original the next time around. So I think you're seeing, as I say, more original drama, perhaps a little less of the conventional genre kind of pieces. So even if people are writing within a genre now, I think the sense is that you have to raise the bar creatively to command an audience.